Good evening. Now here's part two of a look at the Tecsun S-8800. As mentioned previously, this radio has been kindly supplied by Gary Kratt from Tecsun Radio Australia, and I encourage you to visit their website and have a look at what's available there. So the first video I did this evening was pretty dodgy sort of one, looking at the medium wave performance of the radio, and now we're going to have a look at shortwave performance. Now there's been a lot of reviews of this radio on the internet, and maybe I'll do a quick review of the features of these radios, but as I said, there's a lot on the internet regarding what features these radios do and don't have. So I'm doing subjective reviews on the performance of them. Now at the present moment I'm only using the telescopic antenna, and I'm comparing it against its older sibling, the Tecsun S-2000. Now this radio is a sort of digital phase lock loop receiver and of analogue design, whereas the S-8800 has the DSP chip in it. Okay, now let's start off with 5045, which is Aussie radio. At the present moment, that's Australia's only shortwave radio service, and it's coming from around about 200 kilometres away, I suppose. You can see on the signal strength meter, which works on this radio, that it's full stick. Now I won't dwell on the station because obviously it's got music playing, and let's have a listen to it on this one. As you can see, quite a strong signal on the signal strength meter there, and yeah, so pretty well comparable. Now let's go to WRMI in Okeechobee, out of Florida, 7730, and see what we can hear there. Now I think this is the service. Now it's either Japan in Japanese, or it's the Argentinian service that's using WRMI at the present moment, before Brother Stair comes up. So there we go. You can see the signal strength meter is giving a reasonable signal there, and a little bit noisy. As I said in the previous video, there's thunderstorm activity around. So, but nonetheless, it's doing a pretty good job on that signal. Now let's have a look at the same signal on the S-2000. Now there's a heap of radios you can compare it to, but I've just picked the S-2000 as it's a Tecsun, and it's sort of, as I said, an analogue version. I could have used the Grundig satellite Millennium, which is also made by Tecsun, I might add. So but the Millennium certainly is a great radio. Now you can hear the signal there, a lot noisier on the S-2000. The signal is struggling above the noise level there, but nonetheless it's still there. Let's go now back to the 8800. Much better recovered audio from that particular signal. Okay, now let's try something else. Let's just see if we can find. We'll just go to 40 metres, 20 metres, I beg your pardon, And we'll just see whether we can find a signal. Sideband signal there. Just bear with me for a minute as I just tune up through 20 metres. It's probably not quite the right time of the evening to do. Oh, there we go. And let's go up the sideband, of course. Yeah, I'll just fine tune that a little bit. Unfortunately, of course, okay, I'll just tune that. Oh, damn. 14156 sideband. Okay, now let's see whether we can hear that same signal. That's not a bad signal. On sideband, upper sideband on 14156.8. Now let's have a look, see if we can get the same signal. I'll just tune the BFO. Not showing any signal deviation on the meter, but nonetheless the signal is there and it is quite good. So obviously it's a Japanese operator there and they're just coming back to the S-8800, and of course nothing. Not too bad, not too bad. Probably a comparable signal there on sideband on 20 metres. Let's now go just to something different. It's probably a bit late in the afternoon for this. There's been a bit of sideband activity on the CW bands, and there's nothing. There's usually an Australian signal on that particular frequency. Okay, we'll just go back to AM and let's try. We'll go see if we can find a signal up on the 13 metre band. See what we can find. No, nothing there. Okay, so let's go to the 16 metre band. Okay, now here's a signal on 17550, and we'll test it. Sounds like Japanese, probably Nikon. Now here we are, same frequency on the S-2000, and it's just fading in and fading out. Now again we'll go back to the S-8800. I think you'll have to agree, the 8800 is considerably better. Alright, well I'm running out of time on this one, so I'll call it quits. But this is just to give you a quick rundown on the capabilities of shortwave, and really the S-8800 is a superb receiver in that regard, and I'm very impressed with it. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers for now.